Over the years, I've done quite a bit of reading and thinking about leadership and management. And I wanted to share with you a perspective that sort of emerged one day, not sure exactly from where, but it was rather a striking perspective. I thought I would share it with you. Um, Two quotes about leadership that I've always remembered as being rather profound from Max Dupree's Leadership is an Art is the first responsibility of a leader is to define reality. The last responsibility is to say thank you. In between the leader should be a servant. And I've found this to over the years to just ring so true. And the second one being one should think of a leader as a bus driver. If you don't take people where they want to go, they get off the bus. So that in terms of encouraging an organization to accomplish things, leadership is a critical perspective. Though leadership alone is not enough, management is also essential. Though in thinking about management, the typical functions of management are perceived to be planning, organizing, directing, and controlling, and operating in a hierarchical function. Though, for some reason, one day I simply thought about this in terms of the way that management goes about attempting to accomplish things, and I turned the structure on its side and said, management is endeavoring to do all that planning, directing, organizing, and controlling, attempting to push that set of resources that it's responsible for in a direction of accomplishing something. So, in conjunction with turning the structure on its side, I also said, in sort of a bizarre fashion, suppose that the structure was actually composed of, or structured out of toothpicks and gumdrops. I know, a bit bizarre, but just bear with me for a minute. If this structure is constructed out of gumdrops and toothpicks, and management pushes on this structure, the typical result is that the organization fans out and it tends to lose focus just by the nature of the way that it's structured. And as a result of losing focus, management then ends up having to apply all of this additional energy trying to keep the pieces lined up and focusing on what it is that the resources are endeavoring to accomplish. And wouldn't it be so much better if the organization didn't fan out like this and stayed focused on what it was trying to accomplish? So I went back and thought about this again and taking this structure, still composed of toothpicks and gumdrops, and said, well, suppose I turn it around the other way and employ leadership to actually pull on the structure. The nature of the structure, with leadership applied, pulling on it, it tends to line up. So that rather than fan out and having to apply all of these additional resources trying to get it to stay lined up on what it's trying to accomplish, employing leadership, the structure automatically focuses. So if that's the case, then what then is the role of management? It seems as though the two are mutually exclusive because management is pushing and leadership is pulling. Though if you stop for a moment and stop thinking about this mutually exclusive paradigm and begin to consider what happens if you figure out how to integrate leadership and management so that they are a cooperative relationship as opposed to moving in different directions, you end up with a structure that functions so that leadership is providing the direction, and rather than planning, organizing, directing, and controlling, management is doing more things like providing training and development and coaching and mentoring to develop the capacity of the resources to pursue the results that the organization is endeavoring to accomplish. So this was just, sort of a structural perspective on a relationship between leadership and management that I thought was personally an aha moment, and I thought I'd share it with you. If you're if you're tired of the whack-a-mole problem solving that we typically get into, um, join us at the System Thinking Certification Program and check it out at this URL. We're offering a very different perspective on how to pursue solving problems so that they stay solved and you don't have to solve them over and over again. So take care, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.